I actually start that, there's a couple of Herbalife promotions that came out this month. Okay, Herbalife sent a couple of emails. There's this Mark Hughes Vision promotion, and there's this December cash promotion. Okay, now this is for the supervisors in the room. Okay, so if you're not yet a supervisor, you can't even start qualifying for these, because everything really starts at the supervisor position with our company. Okay, so the Mark Hughes Vision promotion for you supervisors, the promotion is if you do 3,000 volume points in 3 consecutive months. Okay, starting from this month till February. So December, January, February, you do 3,000, 3,000, 3,000 volume points. You will get this Mark Hughes Vision book. Okay, you know, we've hit such an amazing target this year. When Mark first started the company, his vision was to get it to $5 billion. And we hit that this year. So I'm sure this book is going to have all the inspiration and stuff of what Mark's vision was for the last 32 years becoming a reality this year, which we've achieved. Okay, so that's one of the promotions. The other promotion is the December cash promotion. So Herbalife actually loves giving us money, no matter what we do. They just love throwing money at us. Okay, and we love taking it too. Okay, so Herbalife's got a promotion for anyone who does 5,000 volume points this month who are supervisors. So if you're a supervisor, if you do 5,000 volume points this month, the company's going to give you $125 US, just as a bonus. Okay? If you do 7,500 volume points this month, you'll get $250 US. If you do 10,000 volume points this month, you'll make $375 US. And if you do 12,500 volume points this month, you'll get $425 US, just as a thank you for doing your job. How good is that? So you understand why we love taking the money from this company. Patrick, you've been in the business now for 7 weeks. You've made how much money in retail sales?
10,300.
Great, and to that, and in a couple of days' time, you're receiving your first royalty check. Your first check. You've already achieved an amazing position called World Team in your 7 weeks of business, which is higher than the supervisor position. And how much royalties is the company sending you in a few days' time? $2,000 as a bonus. Not bad part-time income. And he's very part-time. Okay. And he still doesn't know what he's doing. How would you like to make $12,000 in 7 weeks, not knowing what you're doing? I'm up for that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's start this training. If you want to put on your notes, tonight's training is going to be about action plan and how to set a 90-day plan. Okay. So, what's an action plan? Actually, I'll ask you. What's an action plan? We have different methods and activities that we do in Herbalife on a daily basis to help people become successful with our company. Okay? When we get people started, most of you probably got a checklist, okay, of all the things that we set you up with correctly when you're setting up your business. Okay? Just pull out a checklist. So, there's different methods we use in training our people to generate inquiries, to get customers, and to get distributors in their business. Okay? One of the ways that we always work really quickly with a brand new distributor, the first method is their circle of influence, or what we call COI. Okay? COI, circle of influence, is people you know. Okay? Obviously, if you want to get people healthy, you want to get the people that you love and care about first healthy. Yes? Obviously, if you want to get people wealthy, You'd rather share your wealth with people you care about first than people you don't. Yes? So one of the fastest ways to always get your business off the ground is through the people you know. Okay? Whether they're here, locally, nationally, internationally, doesn't matter. Because you have an international business opportunity in the palm of your hands. Okay? So if you know people in Sydney, you can share with them what you're doing, because they have these meetings in Sydney. If you know people in the UK, no problem. We have meetings in the UK. We have meetings in Greece. We have meetings in Turkey. Okay? So wherever you know people, we have meetings in New Zealand. Wherever you know people, if Herbalife's in that country, you can do business in that country by working. Okay? So don't say, oh, but how do I teach someone overseas? You don't have to. That's the beauty about it. The meeting can do all the hard work for you. Because just like we do trainings, they do trainings in their countries too. Okay? And that's the exciting thing about the opportunity. Okay? So that's one of the methods that we always teach people to do straight away, as a must actually, when they're first starting with our business. Because we want them to make money with our company. Yeah? The next method that we talk about, and this is all on the checklist, page 4 of the checklist that some of you have got, some of you might not have got. Looks like this, the one with a nice president's thing on the front. Okay? Another method we use in the business is shake parties. Shake parties, or what we call a grand opening party. Okay? What's a shake party? A shake party is, again, just another tool we use in the business to generate inquiries about the products of the business. A shake party is to let your family and friends and relatives and people know what you're doing. Okay? So what happens is when you get some inventory, we come to your house and we do what we call a grand opening or a shake party. Okay? We did the same thing for Mark and Julianne when they first started. They only had 2 people there and they sold 2 Ultimate programs. So it was 100% conversion. It was pretty good shake party, right? It's $505 profit in 2 hours work. Not bad 2-hour rate, right? So the shake party is just a gathering to get people together to share what you're doing. It's not to convince them to buy. It's not to convince them to join. It's just to let them know what you're doing. And why do we want the people you know to know what you're doing? Because with the way Herbalife's growing right around the world, we want them thinking that, hey, if they want to lose weight and get healthy, they think of you first. If they want to make money, they think of you first. We don't want them to go find another Herbalife distributor to ask them the same question when they can be part of your business. Make sense? So it's basically a gathering, and all we do at a shake party is really, really simple. It's similar to a presentation like what we did earlier tonight, but more on a social level. It's not no laptop, no projector. We keep it really, really simple. And we pull out the book that comes in your International Business Pack, which also has, similar to the slides that we showed today. We talk a little bit about how the company started. Mark Hughes, his mother died, trying to lose weight, got on a drug, blah, blah, blah. He had the vision to help people in a healthier way, started this wonderful company. The doctors, the CEO, we're in 88 countries. All the facts that you've heard tonight is all we do in a shake party, just from a presentation book. And the reason we do it from a presentation book is really, really important. The reason we don't take a laptop and projector with us to someone's house to do a shake party is because if we take a laptop and projector, the people in the room might be thinking, hey, I was going to do this business, but now I see I need a laptop and a projector to do a presentation, and I don't have that. So they automatically think they can't do the business. And that's why we show them, hey, this stuff's in your black bag. You just can do a presentation from the book. And that's how simple the business is. So everything you do in Herbalife is a key thought. Everything you do in Herbalife, you need to ask yourself an important question. Is what I'm doing duplicable? Can anybody copy what I'm doing? See, anybody can copy pulling out a presentation book and talking about the company, right? Anybody can do that because you all have it in your materials. So everything you do in Herbalife, you've got to always ask yourself the question, if I ask Bernard to do a shake party, can she do what I'm doing? And if the answer is no, then I'm not teaching the right thing. So you've got to always look at what you're doing personally. Okay? So it's always got to be duplicable. At the shake party, we do a presentation like this, like what we had earlier today. At the end of the shake party, we say, okay, now we're going to sample some shakes, we're going to sample some tea, we get it in their body, they start feeling good, we say, hey, we're going to have a little bit of fun, we're going to get the scale, and we're going to put everybody on the scale. And we're going to let you know what's happening with your health. And we explain what the readings are from the scale. Okay? So some of you have done roadshows, you know how to do the readings of the scale. For you new people, no problem, we'll teach you all that, how to use the scale, what the readings mean, how to explain it to your guests. Because when they see those results, they're normally quite scary what people have, and they want to do something about their health. And normally they say, well, my results are really bad, what do I need to do? And you say, well, we have the solution right here. And we explain which products to take for them to get the best results. Okay? So a grand opening, a shake party, is not a hard sell presentation. It's not meant to be a hard sell. It's just meant to let people know what you're doing. Okay? The reason being is if 6 months or 1 year or 3 years down the track, something happens to their health, guess who they think of? They think of you first. Okay? If something 6 months, 3 years down the track happens to their financial situation, that they're struggling financially, guess who they think of first? They think of you first. They say, oh, I wonder if Mark's still doing that Herbalife business. I'll talk to him about it. Maybe I can make some extra. Make sense? So that's why we do the grand openings. I mean, Blanche had a great shake party on the weekend. How many people were there? We had 10, 12, 15? 15 people. It was a great shake party, you know. And it was just people gathered and social and, you know, at the end of the day, we're not here to push them to buy products or join the business. We're just letting them know what Blanche is doing in case they know somebody who can benefit from the products or the business or they're interested in the products or the business. Okay? There's actually another party that we can do in the business as well. And it's called the Total Plan. Total Plan is basically a skincare demonstration party. Okay? So, you know, there's all trainings on how to do these things, by the way, is on myherbalife.com, how to do each specific method. Also, if you go on YouTube, we normally record these Monday night trainings. And we've done how to do shake party presentation in here before. We've done how to do a Total Plan skincare demonstration in the convenience of your own home. Actually, Mark was our model for that skincare demonstration. Okay, so that's all on YouTube. We have, you know, if you go to YouTube and do a search on work from home, which is the title I have for YouTube. Okay, or if you do my surname Shehata, Shehata. Okay. And you bring up all the trainings that I've done, or Ali's done, or we've done from the centre over the last 5-6 months. Okay? And there's so many trainings. It's unbelievable. Okay? So that's what a Total Plan is. It's a skincare demonstration. The next one is called Boots or Roadshow. Boots or Roadshow. It's a roadshow. Okay? So what's a roadshow? A roadshow is we set up a stand either in a shopping centre or, you know, a market or whatever, and we offer people free wellness evaluations. A free wellness evaluation. What's a free wellness evaluation? We get people on the scale, we let them know what's happening with their health, and we tell them how to improve their health by using our products. Okay? Mark was originally a customer from a roadshow. Originally a customer, not a distributor, a customer from the roadshow. His sponsor also was a customer of mine through a roadshow. Isn't that interesting? Your uplines from the roadshow, you're from the roadshow. See how everything duplicates? So how people get involved with us is actually how they attract other people to get involved with us. So if you came and got involved with us through a friend, guess what I'd be doing? I'd be talking to all my friends really quickly. Because that's how you got involved. If you got involved through a roadshow, guess what I'd be doing? I'd be doing a lot of roadshows so I can get more people involved with me. Because how you get involved in the business is actually how you think the business is done. If you got involved through a Gumtree ad, then you put a Gumtree ad up. Okay? So however you came into this opportunity, it's always one of the key factors that you want to use to attract other people to join your business. Okay? So a roadshow is just, we set up a stand at a shopping centre, we've done them all over the place, Epic Plaza, Broadmeadows Shopping Centre, DFO, we've done it all over the place. And all we do is we rent out a space, we put up a table, some catalogues, the scale, okay? And we invite people to come in for a free wellness evaluation. Would you like a free wellness evaluation? We give them a flyer. Some people say no, and they'll just take the flyer and maybe ring you later, which has happened a lot to us. Okay? Some people will grab it and go, oh, what's this all about? And they say, oh, this helps with this, this, and this. We'll give you a scan, we'll let you know what's happening. It only takes 5 minutes. Oh, really? Only 5 minutes? Yeah, no worries. We get them to fill in the survey with all their details, their height, how much exercise they do, their name, their address, phone number, because we want their contact details so we can contact them again later. Yeah? How they're feeling, tired, lack of energy, have any health issues, all that kind of stuff. Okay? And then we put them on the scale, let them know what's happening with their health, and tell them how to improve it. Okay? Really powerful tool. This is actually what built our business a lot in Malaysia, and then we brought it back here to Australia when we came back, and we built an amazing business through this right here in Australia too. So another powerful tool. What happens is we rent out the shopping centre maybe for a week, and then we say, okay, these are all the shifts available. The whole week's costing us, for example, $1,000 for the whole week, and if we divide it into shifts, it probably works out to $50 a shift. And all the distributors say, yeah, I want to do that. Okay, it's $50 for your 4-hour shift. And they come and work in that shift. And we work with them to help them get their customers. Sounds good? Okay, let's move on. Another method is flyers. Okay, that pretty much explains itself. Flyers are, it's a flyer. Okay, we have 3 different flyers. We have flyers for the products, we have flyers for the business, and we have flyers for the skincare. Actually, Julianne, do you mind going to the front and just grabbing me one of each from that stand? Okay. Now, for our team, we actually get our flyers printed in Malaysia because it's a lot cheaper, and we've still got contacts from when we were living. Okay. And at the moment, I'm about to place another order with Malaysia for people who want flyers. Okay, they're full colour flyers, front and back. Okay, normally to print them here is about 6 times the price of what I get them done for in Malaysia. Okay, this is the one for the products, which offers the free wellness evaluation. Okay, and it's got some before and after stories on that. To get 5,000 of these flyers is only $100, which is really cheap. You can't even print it for that price. Okay. Same thing with the business one. For front to the back. It's got testimonies of people making money with the company. Okay. It has your details and your number, and again, same price. Okay. And then the skincare one, which is a skincare demonstration, the convenience of people's homes. Okay. So again, full colour, gloss of heaven. This one's only a one-sided one, but it's the same price. Okay. And what we do is we order them in 5,000 lots. Okay, so whichever one you want to go for, or if you want to go for all three, it's 5,000 per design, and it's $100 per 5,000. Okay. So if you wanted flyers, let me know because I'm actually placing the order tomorrow. Okay, with Malaysia for that. Okay, so flyers you can do it in many ways. You can keep some in your car so that when you bump into a friend or whatever, say, hey, I'm going to give you something. Okay, you can put flyers in people's letterboxes. When Ali and I first started, because we didn't have money, we knew that we needed to make some sales really quickly because we needed cash flow. So what we used to do is we used to get the retail flyer, which back then we couldn't even afford to we couldn't afford to do in colour either. We used to photocopy it. It used to be half the size, by the way, just so it would be cheaper. Okay? And we used to run around for a couple of hours every day, put it into people's letterboxes. Actually, true story is because we didn't have much cash in our pocket, we used to literally have $5 in our pocket. I'd use the whole $5 to print flyers, go out, do flyers in letterboxes, and go home and pray to God that I get at least one sale so I can print more flyers. So no money, no problem. Okay? So, but no initiative to work is a big problem. So that's what we used to do. And then we'd make a sale, collect more money, go photocopy some more, print out more flyers, go hand them out again, hopefully get another 1 or 2 sales, make more money. And we kept doing that until we built our business to where it is today. Okay? So flyers works, no question about it. One of our distributors who's not here today, but new downline here, who just joined our business. Welcome. Chico. Okay. His sponsor, Sun, actually came through a recruit flyer. Okay. So flyers work. Okay. But here's the reality. With flyers, you've got to be consistent. You can't go out and do 500 flyers today and think, that's it, I'm going to get 500 sales. It's not going to work. Trust me, I know. Okay. Normally, out of every 500 flyers you put out, you probably get 1 phone call. And the 500 might take you 2 hours to put it out. Okay? So it does take a bit more physical work, but it's great if you don't have much cash flow and you need to do something to generate income. Yeah? So flyers is the method. Next method is surveys. Okay? We have different surveys with our company. We have surveys for the products and we have surveys for the business. Okay? I remember this one was a really hard one for me to do in the beginning because I went from being a businessman to somebody asking people to fill in a survey. It was a real ego trip, I think. And I remember when we first started, because we couldn't afford to do the things that costed money, like run ads in papers and things like that, my mentor said, why don't you photocopy some surveys and go into the city and ask people in the street to fill in a survey? And I was really intimidated by that because I'm used to sitting behind a desk giving orders, and now here I am walking up to people and saying, excuse me sir, do you mind filling in a quick survey? Like that. And that was really hard for me in the beginning. It was really hard. But you know what? We did it. Okay? So what you do with the survey is...
Oh, sorry, Roger.
Yeah.
Are you meaning the wellness evaluation surveys?
There's a couple of different surveys. There's a health survey, okay, which has questions, it has people's details, and we can get you all this information.
Yeah, maybe if everyone puts their email address on a paper before they leave, we'll email out all the surveys.
Yeah.
So then everyone has them.
That's no problem.
Yeah.
So the survey, there's 2 types of surveys. There's a health and lifestyle survey, which basically gets the person's details, because that's what you want. You want names and numbers is the most important thing in this business. Okay? You want people to talk to all the time. Okay? And so the survey might say something like, do you lack energy? Do you feel, do you have any health issues? Similar questions to what's on the questionnaire for the wellness evaluation. Okay. For the business one, it might say, what are you doing for work at the moment? Are you looking for extra income? Would an extra $500 a month make a difference to you? Things like that. We've got the surveys at home. We can email it to everybody, no problem. Here's one trick we've learnt with the survey though. Never photocopy it on a full A4 page. Okay? Because if you have one survey to an A4 page, and you say, excuse me ma'am, do you mind filling in a survey? And she sees the whole full page, it looks like a big survey. So what we did is reduce the same survey to half an A4. Which it worked out great because it means you got 2 to a page, so it's even cheaper. Okay, but it actually looks smaller too. It's the same questions.
It's not so intimidating.
It's not intimidating, and you walk up to, excuse me ma'am, do you mind filling in a quick survey? It won't take more than 2 minutes. Oh, your name, Blanche, phone number, blah 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 blah. And then that way, if they say they're interested in making more money, you then follow them up within 48 hours and say, hi Blanche, it's Roger here. We met in the city the other day. You filled in a quick survey. You showed some interest in making some extra income without affecting what you're currently doing. Our company is actually having an information session and an interview session on Monday night in our office in Preston. Are you available to come down and learn a bit more about how to make some extra income? Simple? Isn't that simple? Here's one thing you need to understand about Herbalife. It's a simple business. And if you keep it simple, you'll make a lot of money in this business. But if you complicate it, you won't grow a successful business. Okay? So here's what's amazing about this. It's easy to do. Yes, that's pretty easy what I just did, right? Everybody can do that. And it's also easy not to do. Okay? So if you don't do it, you're not going to build your business. But if you want to build your business, that's a way you can build your business. Okay? So what I'm doing right now with you is I'm showing you different methods that you can use in the business. I'm going to go through all the methods first, then I'm going to show you how to put it into action in your business. Okay? So let's go through a few more. Referrals is another one. Asking for referrals from your existing customers, or asking for referrals from your friends who might know somebody who wants to lose weight or make money. Always ask for referrals. Here's what I would be doing. Herbalife is about to open their 88th country. So you know what I would be asking right now? Who do you know in Trinidad? To your friends. And they say, Trinidad? I don't know anybody in Trinidad. They say, really? Wow, I really need to find someone from Trinidad. And they're going to ask you,
Why?
why? What's in Trinidad? So you've already sparked the conversation for them to get interested in what you're doing. You see? You have to be a bit smart in this business. And you say, well, our company's just about to open up in Trinidad. And I want to get my business into Trinidad. And they're going to say, what company is that? Well, that's a great question. Do you know the company is actually having an information session on Monday night in our office in Preston? Why don't you come down and have a look? See, everything you do, you've got to be always thinking, how can I turn this conversation into a Herbalife conversation? And all your job is to get good at an invitation. Inviting people to come and look at what you're doing. Your job is not to convince anybody. What do we say to all of you? Actually, most of you are fairly new. When before you signed up, most of you I actually closed. What did we say to you before you joined the business? We said we're not here to convince you to buy, and we're not here to convince you to join. If you saw an opportunity for yourself, get started with us. Yes, that's what we say to you. So that's what you do with other people. Because we're not looking for people to convince to join or buy our products. Why? Because if we convince people to buy, we have to convince them to keep using the products. And it's hard work. If we convince people to join our business, we have to keep convincing them to do the business. And it's hard work. You are not here to work hard. You are here to have fun. You're here to make some serious money and enjoy it the way you're making the money along the way. Make sense? So don't convince people. That's why we always say at the end of the presentation, people can be negative. We're not here to convince people. We're not here to sell the product. You know? Main thing is that you're convinced of what's happened to you on the product and what's happened to you in the business. Yes? And that's the simplicity of our business. Okay? So referrals is a great one. You know? I never thought I'd be getting my business maybe into Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Seriously, I got an email the other day from one of my distributors in Malaysia. He said, how do I sign up this guy in Kazakhstan? I thought, what? You know someone there? You know, it's amazing. So I was looking for Borat on Facebook. You know, I was trying to sign him up, but I can't find him on Facebook. Okay? So another thing you can do is sampling. You can sample products. Sampling. You can sample the tea. You can sample the lift off. You can sample the shakes. Okay? That's why we serve shakes at the end of the presentation, so people can sample it. That's why we serve the tea, so they can sample it. And we're always going to make sure that our shakes taste good, guys. I'm telling you, if you're not making a nice tasting shake, you can blow your prospects. Okay? So always taste your shakes first before you sample it to anybody. Okay? Because I've tasted some really bad shakes. Okay? And it's because they're either not putting enough Formula 1 in it, or they're mixing it in the wrong milk or whatever, and making the taste not taste so good. We have the best tasting shakes in the marketplace. So we've got to make sure that people go, wow, this shake tastes unbelievable. How good was the shake at your shake party? Yeah. Bananas with vanilla, with ice, with a little bit of soy, with a little bit of water.
With a little bit of berries.
With a little bit of berries.
All the berries.
How good were those
My
shakes?
friends like, oh God, how come you didn't tell me this? All I do is shakes.
Can you turn your headphone on?
Yes, that's good stuff.
Yeah, so see, when people love the shake, they go, geez, it's really, really nice. And then they want it anyway. Understand? So make sure your shakes taste good. So if you're sampling or making shakes anytime, always make sure your shakes taste good. Okay? Even in these meetings, we're always going to make sure that our prospects don't have a funny face when they taste the shake and go, that means you didn't make a good shake. Yeah? Alright, next one. Wellness evaluations. Okay? The wellness evaluations is what we do with the scale. Okay? And there's a training on YouTube on how to use the scale, the wellness evaluations. Okay? And it's actually on myherbalife.com, all this information as well. Okay? The next one is posters and pull tabs. Okay? All a poster and pull tab is basically you can grab your flyer, you can enlarge it to an A4 size, and it becomes a poster. And you can stick it up wherever you're allowed to stick it. So some notice boards, community notice boards, some shopping centres have notice boards that you can stick these things up on. Okay? You know, back in the days we used to be allowed to stick them up on phone poles, but now it's illegal. You're not allowed to do that. But there's many places you can stick up posters. Okay? So always be creative. Okay, where can I always have some printed in your car? Whenever you see an opportunity to stick one somewhere, it could be even you walk up to the shop owner and say, excuse me sir, we're trying to get the world healthier. Do you mind if I stick up this sign on your window for anybody who's interested in losing weight? Okay? And stick it up on milk bar windows, 7-Elevens, all that kind of stuff. Actually, that's again one of the things that we did when we first started, because we didn't have much money. So at the time, Ali's sister was losing a lot of weight, and we took a before and after photo, put her before and after photo, and said, lose up to 5 kilos in the next 30 days, call Roger or Ali on these numbers. And we used to get a lot of phone calls from it just by sticking it up in a milk bar. Okay? What a pull tab is, you probably know what a pull tab is. It's like a poster, but it has the little snippets on the bottom where you can rip off the person's name and number. Yeah? You've seen that kind of stuff before, yeah? Okay? Now here's the great secret with the pull tabs. You want the secret to making it successful? Always rip off the first one. Because nobody likes to be the first one to rip it off. So rip off the first one to make it look like someone's already taken one tab. Okay? It's true, it works. And when you rip off the first one, guess what? All of a sudden the other ones start coming off because people go, oh, someone else has taken, I'll take one too. And before you know it, all these people got their name and number. You're starting to get some phone calls from that. Okay? And then what you do is go back to wherever you've stuck them up before, maybe every few weeks, check if it's completely finished, put a new one up in the same spot. Okay? So everybody knows what a pull tab is? Yes? Okay. Yes.
6 weeks ago, before we start running the weight loss challenge, I print so many and I couldn't pay the shopping center. I went to management and I asked. She was very happy. She says she never seen it, so she hung it there and Global Learning Center, library, and few medical centers. I thought.
Hey, there's a couple of tips there. Library. See, that's one I can think of.
Medical centers. If
Medical
you ask,
centers.
and we run the weight loss challenge, and most of them say yes, no problem. Just
Great. Excellent.
advice.
So here's the next method. Walk and talk. Walk and talk. What's walk and talk? Walk and talk. It's not that hard. You know, be good at walking and talking with everything you do. Yes, sir.
Patrick's really good at that.
Patrick's fantastic at walk and talk.
He talks to even everyone.
You know, a lot of the people that Patrick has joining his business, he doesn't even know them. But because he's so passionate about what's happened to him on the products and the money he's made with the business, so he just keeps talking to more and more people. And that's why his business is growing really quickly. Okay? So what's walk and talk? Here's what you want to be thinking. You have an opportunity to talk to minimum 10 people a day every day. Easy. You think about it. Who puts petrol in their car? Everybody. You know? Who takes their car to the mechanic every now and then? Everybody. Who goes to the supermarket? Everybody. You know, who goes to the bank? Everybody. Who goes to the doctor, pharmacist, butcher, anything you can think of? You actually confront more than 10 people a day in your everyday life. So you can easily talk to 10 people a day. Now, is everybody going to be interested? No. Okay? Some people are going to say no, not interested. Some people are just going to take your business card or whatever, not do anything. But some people are saying, hey, what's this all about? And that's the ones you want. Patrick, you want to say something?
There's INZ Bank.
Yeah.
Go to like sometimes 3 times a day. Always going to put money, and it always happens when they call a number. It's the same woman. She's 7. She's like, "You do for a job? Where do you get all this money?" And I go, "Help her like." She's like, "Because he works." I'm like, "Yeah." And then she gave me her card.
There you go.
So I'm gonna call her.
How simple. Okay? So, you know, just really talk to people at every opportune moment. Every time I go put petrol in the car, no matter which petrol station, I always say, hey, where are you from? And most of the time they're from India, which I'm an accountant. And they say, oh, from India. Oh, really? Wow, I need your help. Our company is growing in India, and I'm looking for some people from Indian background who can help me with the expansion program. Do you know anybody who might be interested in making an extra 1,000 or 4,000 part-time without affecting what they're doing? And they go, me? Well, great. Why don't you give me your name and number, and I'll give you a call, and we'll discuss it in more detail later. And I'll take their name and number, then I'll ring them later and say, hey, whatever your name was, you know, I came the other day to the petrol station. You said you're interested in making some extra income. our company is actually interviewing more people this coming Monday in Preston. Can I book you in for an appointment? And if you're brand new, you can say, can I book you in for an appointment with my supervisor? Because we don't expect you to try and tell them everything. And if they say to you, well, what is it? You say, look, I don't even know, I'm just getting started myself. But that's why you need to meet with my supervisor who has more experience, and then all you do is bring him to the meeting, and the meeting is live. Make sense? Alright? So, let's walk and talk. Next one. Competition boxes. Okay? What's a competition box? Okay? Competition box is you do up a box, you can put nice wrapping paper on the box, and you put a little hole in the top so it becomes like an entry box. Yeah? Where you put, you know how you enter competitions? Okay? And you might go to a video store, for example, Video Easy, and say, hey, look, we're trying to get the community healthier, and we're actually running a competition for whoever's name gets picked out of this box. They get 1 month's supply of weight loss products. Okay? So what happens is, by the way, the 1 month supply weight loss product could be just a shake and a multi. It doesn't have to be a whole program. Okay? It could be even a basic program. Okay? And what you do is you make up some entry forms and you put it next to the box. So I go to the video store, I'm hiring a video, and I see this competition box, and I think, hey, I wouldn't mind entering this competition. I've got a bit of weight to lose. I fill in the entry form, I throw it in the box, and every customer comes in, they do this. Right? Once a week, once a month, you go pick up the coupons from inside the box, and you take them home. And this is what you do. You ring them up and you say, hi Berna, this is Roger from the weight loss program. How are you? And she says, oh, good. She goes, how did you get my number? Berna, you actually filled in an entry to go into a competition for weight loss, to lose some weight. Is that correct? She says, oh yeah, I remember that. And I say, well, what we're doing is just validating the information on the entries before it actually goes into the entry. Okay? But in the meantime, what we are offering is we can actually come out and offer you a free wellness evaluation to let you know what's happening with your health. It doesn't cost you anything. We put you on a special scale, gives us different body readings, and we explain to you how to improve your health. Would you like that service? It's absolutely free. So it doesn't cost anything to do that. Now, of course, at the end of, you might say, the competition's in 3 months' time, for example. Okay? In the meantime, you've actually probably pre-sold programs to Berna, because you went and scanned her at home, she gets interested, she says, hey, I want to get on the product straight away, I don't want to wait for the competition. And I'll say, great, your name is still going to be in the entry, but great, it costs you this much to get started, let's get you started in the next. Okay? So the whole idea of it is just to generate the inquiries. You have to understand that everything that we do in Herbalife is only so you can talk to more people. Doesn't matter which method you choose to do, everything works as long as you work. If you don't work, it's not going to work. It's that simple. You've got to do some work. Yeah? The reason Patrick's making so much money is because he's talking to a lot of people every day.
It's that hard to work in the business, someone spoke to me.
That's right. Again, the keys are just coming out from you guys.
We just zoom around quickly and each person says how they got into the business.
Sure.
Just for ideas.
Yeah, why don't we start from this end, Julianne? No.
Roadshow.
Roadshow. These guys got in through Roadshow. Berna, how did you get involved? Saw a naturopath who recommended get on the products, get healthier. Lunch, how did you get involved?
Patrick told me about this man who was in the Telegram. I'm like, yeah.
So through a friend. Okay. How did you get involved?
Internet.
Through internet. She actually inquired on Herbalife website. Okay. She actually used to use Herbalife a couple of years ago back in New Zealand. And when she came back to Australia, obviously lost contact with the distributor, or when she came to Australia, she's saying when she came back. And she inquired with the Herbalife website. How did you get involved? Same way, I think.
Yeah, my sister was on it first, and then she got me
Yeah. Absolutely. How did you get involved? Great. How did you get involved?
Tiger at the back.
Tiger at the back. At the gym. Again, Patrick talking to someone. Daring, here's a great phrase to write down. Dare to care. Dare to care. Joe's situation is an amazing situation because Joe wanted to lose weight, looking in the gym, trying to look at his muscles and all that kind of stuff. And Patrick from behind him goes, "Hey mate!" And I heard the story the other day at your shake party. Amazing story. "Hey mate, are you interested in getting healthier?" And that's when Patrick spoke to him, not knowing the guy. But because he saw him looking at his muscles and stuff in the gym and trying to get rid of the weight, without any thoughts, Joe got started straight away. And amazing results, 8 kilos in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It's phenomenal. Okay. How did you get started, Joe? Sampling the product. Okay. But also through a friend, right? Through a friend. Okay. How did you get involved? Saw an ad on Gumtree. Applying for more money. How did you get involved, Patrick? So through the gym, because Ali went to that gym. So how did we get
When
involved?
we came in through we saw a newspaper.
We saw an ad in the paper. Work from home. So everybody gets involved in different ways. So the reason we did this is to show you everything works, as long as you're working. Make sense? Okay, let's move a bit faster because we're running out of time already. We're already started. SMS is another one. Sending SMSs to people you know. Okay? And there's actually companies out there that you can pay them a fee to send an SMS to mobile phones that you don't even know. Okay? I don't even know what they're called these days anymore. But they're companies that say, okay, we'll send out a message, you type up the message, and we'll send it to 1,000 mobile phones, maybe for $100 or whatever it is. 10,000 mobile phones for $100. Okay? And what they do is send the message. Are you interested in making some extra money? You know, some of us would get messages like that on our phone and go, who is this person? Right? That's what that is. It's marketing companies that send messages out. Okay? Or you can SMS your friends and that, like we teach you from the scripts. Right? I just got started with an American company looking for 5 more people to make 1,000 or 4,000 part-time or full-time.
This the same as Facebook. So over here got me onto Facebook, so I started seeing usage of everybody.
That's right. So Facebook is another tool, okay, which actually I think should I take this? Not Facebook. Okay, so Facebook, I mean, wow, there's a lot of people in our team that are using Facebook like crazy, even in Malaysia, just making sales like crazy through Facebook. Okay, so Facebook is another one. Advertisements, ads in the papers, ads on Gumtree, ads on, you know, free websites. There's free advertising sites on the internet. Okay, and they put your ad up on different websites. Okay, so that's ads. Another tool you can use in the business is a website. Okay, there's a few different websites that you can subscribe to, which you can set up your website professionally. One of them is called recruitsystem.com. Recruitsystem.com, okay, where you can set up a professional website for the products and for the business, and it only costs you like maybe $15 a month or $10 a month, something really cheap. Okay, and it becomes your own website. So that if somebody says, oh, I want to know more about what you're doing, you say, no problem, go to my website. And then is www, whatever, go have a look at my website. Yeah, absolutely. Always professional when you've got a website, because it sounds like you're in business, right? So, oh, why don't you go to my website? You can loseweightnow.com. Okay? Oh, you want to learn how to make money? Why don't you go to my website? Discover the Good Life. So having a website's a powerful tool. There's another website company, So these are standard websites. All you do is buy a name for the website, so it becomes your website. And when people inquire, you get the information. Okay? But having a website, you need to understand, just because you've got a website doesn't mean people are going to actually visit the website. You've got to market the website. So if you're doing flyers, for example, you might have, for more information, visit this website. Okay? So there's another website company as well. It's called herbalcoach.com. Herbalcoach.com. And I think they've got two options. They've got a free website, okay, which is really, really basic, or you can pay $5 a month for the website. And it sort of has more things they can buy online, things like that. Okay?
Herbal nutrition.
Yeah, I said before I looked at that one. So Herbal Coach is that one, but that's only a retail website. It doesn't have the recruiting, it doesn't have the business side. Okay? And the third one is called herbal-nutrition.net. Herbal-nutrition.net. Okay? I think that one's also around $10–15 a month, and really professional websites. I mean, they're really, really good quality websites. Okay? Have video clips on them and all this kind of stuff. They're really done well. Okay? And all you do is buy a name for your website to make it yours. You understand? Okay? So websites is a powerful tool. There's also internet leads. Okay? You can buy internet leads. There's companies out there that actually generate the leads because that's their expertise, and all we do is buy the people's names and numbers of people inquiring either about a business or about getting healthy. Okay? So there's a few websites out there. There's liveleadstore.com. liveleadstore.com. Okay? That's for people inquiring about a business opportunity. Now, they might not be interested in your business, but it's people inquiring about wanting to work from home. Okay? And they're not cheap, these internet leads, by the way. They're normally around $5 a lead. Okay, so if you're buying, 100, it's $500. They're not really cheap, and so it doesn't mean you're going to convert them into your business either. Okay? So liveleadstore.com is one of them. The other one is called platinumleads.com. Okay, that's also for recruiting. And then there's one that has for retail and recruiting called Australian Weight Loss Leads. Australian Weight Loss Leads.com. And they have for product and for business. So it depends which one's what. Okay? So there's a few websites for internet leads. Not a method I recommend for people who don't have the budget for it. Because it does cost a lot. I use it as a tool because obviously I have the budget for it. Okay? Another method is emails. Okay? You can send emails to the people on your email list. Okay? Or you can start making friends and emailing them. Hey, everything works. I remember when we first started, we used to talk to anybody and anything. People we never knew, we started chatting with people online. That's how we started. Actually, I'll never forget it. We used to go in all those chat rooms back then because Facebook wasn't around at that time, and it was what was the Hotmail one called? MSN or something.
Yeah.
MSN Messenger. And I remember we'd be up like till midnight or something, chatting with people all over the world that we've never met before. And I'd have like 20 windows open, and this one would respond to that, respond to that one, and then this one would respond to that one. And I remember one day, there's this guy in South Africa that I was chatting with. Remember this, Ali? And then he goes, "Oh, I want to get started." I was like, "Wow, this is really good," right? I said, all right, no worries, I need to get your credit card details. He goes, all right, what's your number? I'll give you a call. He rings me from South Africa, gives me the credit card payment over the phone, right? I sign him up on the spot. I organise for his pack to be shipped to him in South Africa. Bang, new distributor. Never met him in my life. So here's a little tip. No matter what method you do, if you do a lot of it, something has to happen. Something has to happen. If you're talking to a lot of people, that has to happen. There's no doubt about it. Okay? So, nutrition clubs is another method. Yes, nutrition clubs. Okay? What's a nutrition club? Actually, this centre is a nutrition club. Okay, that's why we've got a bar area at the front. Okay? The nutrition club is giving invitations on a daily basis. On a daily basis for people to come in and sample the Herbalife products, and they can buy either a weekly, a 3-day membership, a weekly membership, or a monthly membership. So it's sort of like a gym, okay, where you buy a membership, and the membership is for them to come here every day to get a shake, a tea, and an aloe to drink on the spot. Okay? So did you go to the nutrition club in Sunshine the other day or something? Okay. So you've got a bit of an idea what a nutrition club is. This method nutrition club is taking the Herbalife world by storm. Okay? It's actually one of the fastest methods in Herbalife. And the reason being is because you're daily inviting people to come and try the products. Okay? There's a gentleman from New Zealand who was here just a few weeks ago as our guest. He's only been in the business for 18 months, so only a year and a half old in the business, and he's reached my level, millionaire team. In 18 months, Seppi, who almost lost his house because he was so broke, the bank used to knock on his door for, payments and stuff like that, and he was about to lose the house. Seppi is now a millionaire team in just 18 months with our business, and now he goes to the bank every month and puts $10,000 towards a mortgage every single month. And the bank looks at him and goes, hang on, 18 months ago you were about to lose your house, and you're walking in here every month putting $10,000 towards your mortgage. What's going on? And he says, oh. He goes, one day I'm going to buy the bank. So amazing. 18 months in the business, reached millionaire team. Okay? So that's nutrition clubs is like what we do here. Okay? Next one, weight loss challenges. Okay, Berna's done a few weight loss challenges, Julie there's done a few weight loss challenges, we've done a few weight loss challenges. What's a weight loss challenge? It's basically, who knows the show The Biggest Loser? Everybody knows The Biggest Loser? It's a Biggest Loser competition in the centre, or in a hall. Okay? You find a location, you do up some flyers saying, hey, there's a weight loss challenge happening. It costs $49 to get into the weight loss challenge. Okay? All the guidelines on this, by the way, is on myherbalife.com. So everything I'm telling you, you can get more information on myherbalife.com. Okay? There's a whole manual on how to do a proper weight loss challenge, what to say on week 1, week 2, etc. Every week, trainings and stuff. It's unbelievable. And a weight loss challenge, what you do is you collect $49 from the participants. A certain amount of that $49 goes towards administration costs, because you photocopy some things and give them some documents that they read through and stuff like that. Okay? And I think whatever's left over, I think normally about $30 goes towards the prize money. Okay? And from that $30, let's say for example we have 10 people in the competition, and everybody's paid $49. Let's say $19 is for the administration and stuff, which leaves $30 per person. By 10 people means $300 prize money. It's prize money. Okay? They don't have to be using the Herbalife products. Okay? Anybody can enter the competition. And part of the rules of the competition is as long as you're losing weight in a healthy way, you can be in the competition. Okay? You can't just stop eating. That's not healthy. Okay, so let's say there's $300 collected. That's the prize money. And at the end of the 12-week weight loss challenge, whoever's lost the most weight, they get the money. Normally the top 3 get the money. Okay? First prize gets 50% of the money, second prize gets 30%, third prize gets 20%. So you give away all the money. But how you make money from it is normally when people are in the competition, every week you're talking about a different product, about Herbalife. So some of the people go, hey, this sounds good, I want to actually use the product instead of what I'm doing. And then what happens is when you say, okay, who lost weight this week? Normally the people who stand up are the ones using Herbalife products. And they say, and we say, oh, Bernard, what did you do this week? Oh, you know what, I started using the protein powder with my shake, and now I lost an extra, and all this stuff. And now Berna is doing the sales for you, and she's only a competitor. You're not doing anything. You're just talking about products every week. But because of her result, now people in the class go, hey, I don't mind starting that too. So Joe comes up to me and says, hey, how do I start? Oh, look, let's do a program for it. And now they're in competition for better results. But the other guests in the room go, hey, I want to lose weight too. What do I do? And all of a sudden you start making sales through the weight loss challenge. Okay? So very powerful tool. Okay? Door knocking. Now that's another method. Okay? If you've got the confidence to go knock on some doors, okay, and say, hi, I'm your local Herbalife distributor. Today we're offering a free wellness evaluation at the convenience of your own home. It takes 2 minutes. You want to step out here and step on the scale? Or scan for it and convert it into sales. I remember Harika and Rupesh, before they went back to India to build their business, Harika and Rupesh got a trolley bag, put the scale in it, put some Herbalife products in it. And I remember the first day he went out, he went and knocked on 20 doors and made an ultimate sale. Okay? And he rang me that day and he goes, I just made an ultimate sale. And I said, how simple is this business? All our job is to talk to people every day. Talk to people every day about the products, talk to people every day about the business. If you're doing that every day, you have to do something. Something's got to happen in your business. It's got to happen. Okay? Great? So, that's the methods. Now, what's important, which I'm not going to take too long because we've gone over time already, okay? What you need to do to become successful in Herbalife. You've got to look at all these methods, and the first question you've got to ask yourself is how many hours a week am I prepared to work Herbalife? How many hours a week am I prepared to work Herbalife? And this is a very important question before you even start thinking about which methods you're going to use. Why is it an important question? Because if you're only going to work Herbalife 1 hour a day, let's say you're working 5 days a week Herbalife, that's 5 hours a week, correct? Okay? I wouldn't recommend doing flyers if you're only working Herbalife 5 hours a week. Because I know flyers takes time to go put it in all the letterboxes. Okay? So it doesn't make sense to do just one method for 1 hour a week. So here's what you want to do. First work out the time of how many hours a week you're putting into Herbalife. Then your job is to choose 3 of these methods. Minimum 3. Choose 3 of these methods for retail, and choose 3 of these methods for recruiting. So choose 3 methods for retail, 3 methods for recruiting. Why 3 methods? Who knows?
More people
Choice, variety, more interest, yeah.
See which one is not working for you.
Very important is to see which methods are working for you. See, if you only go with one method and that method's not working for you, guess what you're going to say? No, this business doesn't work. But it's not the business doesn't work, it's because you're not doing different things to see what's working for you. So we're trying to find out what suits your character. Because what suits you might not suit me, and what suits me might not suit you. We're all different human beings. So we need to find the method that suits us as an individual. So you need to choose 3 methods for retail, 3 methods for recruiting. Okay? Once you've chosen your methods, then you're going to work for the hours that you're planning to work Herbalife, is how much of that method can you do on a daily basis. Okay? So here's what my suggestion is. If you're struggling financially, like we were in the beginning, okay, the first thing we needed is what? Money. Money. So you need, what do you need to do first? You need to retail first.
To make money, you got to make money. You got to
Sell product. Yeah. Right? So you got to retail first. But even though we were broke, we knew that if we wanted to make the big money, you've got to do what? You've got to recruit. Because you make good money from retail, but the big money comes from teaching people to do what we're teaching you. Make sense? By duplicating yourself. So even though we were broke, this is what Ali and I did in the beginning. When we started, we knew we still needed to recruit, even though we didn't have money. So what we did in the beginning is 90% retail and 10% recruit. Because we didn't have the money. We always started recruiting from the day we started in the business. Because we knew if we wanted to get financially free, we had to start recruiting. Okay? So 90% of our time was on retail, so we can get the cash flow going, and 10% was on recruiting to start building your team. Make sense? Okay? So if you're committing, for example, 5 hours a week, as an example, whatever it is for you, okay? So 4.5 hours will be retail, because 90 by 5 hours is 4.5 hours, and half an hour on recruiting. Yeah? And as our business started to grow and our money started to get healthier, we started changing the odds. We went 80-20, 70-30, 60-40, 50-50, 40, and then turned it right around because we knew the big money's in the recruit. Make sense? So eventually you get your business to be 10% retail, 90%. No matter how big your business is, you always got to retail and you always got to recruit. Why? Because Herbalife's like a paddle boat. If you only steer one side, you're going to go around in circles, right? Whether you're retailing or recruiting. Yes? So if you do retail, recruit, retail, recruit, retail, recruit, now you're moving forward, right? So that's why you always need the balance in your business. Make sense? Okay? So you choose 3 methods for retail, 3 methods for recruiting, minimum. If you can do more with your time, do more. Okay? And then here's a piece of advice for you. Write down your results. Record your results. So let's say you're doing flyers as a method, as an example, and you say, I'm going to do 500 flyers every day. Record your results for the 500 flyers every day. You went and did 500 today. How many phone calls did you get from that flyer? You went and did 500 flyers tomorrow. How many phone calls did you get from that flyer? You did 500 flyers the day after. How many phone calls did you get from that flyer? How many became a customer? How many became a distributor? You want to know what your conversions are so that you know what's working for you and what's not working for you. And the only way you're going to know what's working and what's not working is by tracking your results. Because if you're not tracking it, how are you going to know? Right? You need to have some kind of information on what's working for you. Yeah? So you've chosen your methods. Here's 2 important things with the methods. Number 1, you've got to be very consistent with the amount of activity you do on a daily basis. So don't do 500 flyers one day, then next day nothing, and then the day after you do 300, the day after that you do nothing. That's not how it works. You've got to be consistent. This is the key. So if you're going to say, I'm going to do 500 flyers a day, as an example, it could be 300, it could be 1,000, I don't care. Then that's the minimum you do every day. Okay? But don't go doing 500 and then for a whole week do nothing. It's not going to work for you. Make sense? Because the universe pays us on consistency. Doing the same thing every day, just like a job, doing the same thing every day to get the momentum going in your business. Okay? Then the other secret to whatever methods you choose is you need to stick to it for 90 days. 90 days. This is the key, guys. The key is whatever you do it for 90 days. Even if you think it's not working. Even if you think it's not working, you need to do it for 90 days. Why 90 days? Who knows?
Because that's the long it takes to get into the habit of things. Okay.
Yeah. So the momentum starts happening in the 90 days. Okay? And the reason you do it for 90 days is, who's ever watched the cartoons? Am I the only child here? No. Okay. So everybody's watched cartoons. Who's ever watched the cartoon where the person rolls a little snowball off the top of the mountain? By the time it gets to the bottom of the mountain, it's a huge avalanche thing.
Tom and Jerry.
Right? Like Tom and Jerry and all those things. Right? Yeah, we've all seen that. Right? It's the same thing in Herbalife. It starts off small. You might not be getting good results in the beginning, but as you're doing the activities and it's 30 days, wow, you're starting to see some results. Hey, 60 days, it's getting bigger. 90 days, the momentum is now happening. Okay? It's a bit like a locomotion train. Always the beginning is the hardest part. Taking off, taking off, taking off, taking off. Then all of a sudden, once the train's going, it's smooth sailing, right? It just glides along. And it's the same thing in our business. You don't see the true results until 90 days. Even if you think it's not working. See, in the beginning, when we're new in the business, what happens is we go doing flyers every day. Oh, this is tiring. I'm doing 500 flyers every day and I'm not getting any phone calls. And the first week you might not get a result. Hey, maybe even the second week you might not get a result. But if you're doing it consistently every day, the universe looks up at you, it looks down on you and says, hey, I know you're working hard, your time will come. I'll reward you, don't worry, just keep doing what you're doing.
That's how Seppi came.
And that's how Seppi came. Seppi
Then
came to
you
a
did
flyer.
1,000 flyers.
Yeah. 1,000.
1,000 and only one phone call came and that was Seppi.
Okay, I mean, Damien, I think, got his first Cup President's Awards. Damien's only been in the business for 18 months as well. Okay? So sometimes maybe one person can make the big difference in your financial future. Okay? So what are you going to do? Be consistent with whatever activity you choose to do and do it for 90 days. Guess what? We still do flyers. Why? Because that's what got our business off the ground, and until today we still get great results from flyers. So why would you stop doing something that's working? Doesn't make sense. You know, why would Patrick stop talking to people every day that he doesn't know? He's made $12,000 in 7 weeks. It'd be crazy to stop talking to people, right? Doesn't make sense. So you've got to track it for 90 days. This is a key, guy. I'm telling you. 90 days, a 90-day plan is what we just took you through. Have the 3 methods for retail, 3 methods for recruiting, day in, day out, however many hours a week you're working Herbalife, whether you're part-time, full-time, doesn't matter, and track your results for 90 days. And then at the end of 90 days, this is what you do. You collect the information you've done for 90 days and say, okay, flyers I did for the last 90 days. I did 30,000 flyers in the last 90 days. I got 50 phone calls, and I got 10 people that bought. And then you weigh it up. You say, okay, the 10 people that bought made me $5,000, right? Is it worth it for the amount of time and effort I put it into this activity? And if the answer is no, cut that activity after 90 days and put a new one in. You've got the whole menu. So try something else that works for you. And what we're trying to do is help you find the 3 methods that always work for you. Because whatever always works for you is going to keep forever working for you. Right? So once you've found the 3 methods that work for you for retail, the 3 methods that work for you for recruiting, guess what you do to just keep building your business? You just do more of those methods to keep building your business. And the stats, the results is really important, because if you know what you did to get one customer, now you know what to do to get another customer. Because it's the same thing, right? If you got 500 flyers out, and I'm just using that as an example here, 500 flyers, let's say you got 2 phone calls, and 1 became a customer. Right? What are you going to do to go get another customer? You've got to go do another 500 flyers, get another couple of phone calls to get 1 customer. Because it will give you an average of what's happening in your business. Okay? If you did 10 pull tabs a day, or 10 posters, okay, and you got 1 phone call and 1 customer, what are you going to do to get another customer? Go stick up another 10 posters and you'll get another customer. And if you want to get 2 customers, what are you going to do? You double the numbers. Put 20 posters to get 4 phone calls, or 2 phone calls to get 2 customers. So everything's simple mathematics after that. Make sense? Any questions? That was a breathtaking. Thanks, guys. Now, don't forget, Adelaide tickets. Book your Adelaide tickets straight away.